So me and Sass decided to take separate vacations.
That sounds like step one of a breakup!
We aren't breaking up. She wants to go to an FBI bikini retreat, and I want to go to Waukegan, Illinois.
What's in Waukegan?
It's the birthplace of Ray Bradbury.
So while you're in Waukegan, Sass is gonna be at a bikini retreat?
No, an FBI bikini retreat. It's gonna be on a private island in the Bahamas. She's gonna go with a couple of friends.
Guy friends or girl friends?
One guy and one girl, I think.
Oh, I see.
We aren't breaking up.
Well, if you say so.
Hey nerd, you know a lot about all that geek stuff, right?
Who, me?
No, you're the kinky sex pervert. If I need to know what a double ender is or how many flavors of lube there are, you are my go-to guy. How many flavors are there anyway?
First, I don't like being called a kinky sex pervert. I prefer sex-positive flesh explorer, thank you. Second, I stock 239 different flavors of lube at the shop.
239? Is there a spam flavor? Never mind. Later. I need nerd help.
Did you mean me? Not really a nerd in the traditional sense. I'm a conspiracy nerd, I guess. If there is a plot against humanity, I will know it from its corrupt top to its dank bottom. I knew a stripper named Dank Bottom.
Dank Bottom?
He was an exotic taste.
There is only one true nerd in our little coffee clatch. He means me. Yeah, you are the font of all things that are unimportant and pop culture-y. You know, like Mr. Spock's first name. It's not pronounceable. And you know the name of that butt-faced dude at the bar in the Star Wars cantina.
It was Ballface. No, it was Walrus Man.
That's what the Kenner action figure was named. His actual name was Ponda Baba. That's the stuff. You know your nerd lore. You know all the differences between the books and the movies of that Lord of the Rings thing, which are numerous and egregious. I have a website dedicated to them. So, we have established my credentials as Nerdus Emeritus. What do you want? I need to learn as much about nerd crap as I can. I need to know the name of the gay robots from Buck Rogers. I need to know the full episode list of SeaQuest. I need a working encyclopedic knowledge of every Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode.
I smell an ulterior motive. That's me. I had curry for lunch.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but dude, Beano.
I can't help it! I love curry, but my butt doesn't. I'm even wearing those Japanese underwear that's supposed to neutralize this kind of thing.
Get your money back. You smell like a swamp fire and a sewage plant had a baby in a cattle lot. Jason, I am begging you to educate me. I need a crash course in geek. I just don't impart my knowledge freely. It's taken me decades to acquire all this meaningless trivia. I need to know why you want to know this stuff. If I deem the reason worthy, I will allow you access to Detention Block AA-23.
AA-23?
It's where Leia was held on the Death Star? That is what I need. Then tell me why. If your quest is worthy, I will teach you. 'Cause I like all that sci-fi / fantasy / comic book / crud. No, you don't. Yes, I do. I always have. Chimchilla the Wookiee, Superman, Marvel Comics' greatest creation, that future show, you know, the one that's a Simpsons ripoff with the Cyclops lady and the drunk robot. What is it called? Adventure Time. Yeah, I love that show. Could you give me a moment while I quell an urge to scream corrections at you? Well, take your time. Chewbacca, Superman is DC, and Futurama.
Just come clean, Fundy. Why the sudden interest in nerd culture?
Fine, as the head of the First Monstitarian Church, it's my job to exploit potential recruitment opportunities. Nerds are practically unexploited. A vast sea of unconverted, lonely dudes looking for purpose and meaning, just waiting to be scooped up and brought to my welcoming bosom.
You mean God's welcoming bosom, right?
That's the same thing. I'm kind of like God's bosom on Earth.
So you want Jason to teach you about nerd culture stuff so that you can convert them?
Yup. I tried going into some of them forums online and the message boards and stuff, but I didn't know what they were talking about. Who is Death Note? What is a solid snake? Why do brown coats celebrate Unification Day? How can I get to converting if I don't speak nerd? Death Note isn't a person, Solid Snake isn't a what, and where do I even start with the brown coats? Wait. Can you hold on while I get something to write all this stuff down?
You aren't gonna help him, are you?
I can't help it. I have a condition that we nerds suffer from. Yeah, loneliness. No, it's uncontrolled trivia correction syndrome. If I hear any kind of nerd trivia that's wrong, I have to correct it.
Great, just what we need here. Another made-up psychological condition. I've heard of that. It's related to nerd-upmanshipism. You know, how nerds have to prove that they know more than other nerds? How they always have to flaunt all their insider info that they have on how they discovered some comic or movie first? Oh, right. Nerd firsties disease. So Jason has a compulsion where he has to correct incorrect nerd trivia?
Yes! So if I said that Robbie the Robot was the best thing about Battlestar Galactica, you'd have to correct me? Robbie the Robot wasn't on Battlestar Galactica, either the original series or the remake. He was only in the 1956 sci-fi classic Forbidden Planet, though the robot costume made several appearances in other movies and TV shows like The Addams Family, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., and Mork and Mindy. Damn it!
Stop exploiting Jason's conditions so that you can exploit other nerds' conditions!
It's the great nerd trade-off. With great nerd knowledge comes the uncontrolled need to demonstrate just how much you know. You have to prove that you know more than the other guy. Lots of us suffer from it. In the common tongue, it's called geek know-it-allism. I will correct anyone, anywhere.
No wonder you and Sass are taking separate vacations.
So you're gonna help me whether you like it or not? Hallelujah! Thank you, Jesus, for this ridiculous condition. Hey, Jason, how many Munchie-Chees were there in that Gremlins movie? Munchie-Chees weren't gremlins. They are a Japanese line of stuffed dolls that were licensed by Mattel for sale in the US. No, I'm certain I saw a Munchie-Chee movie once. Aside from the Japanese anime, there was only a TV series in 1983 that was part of the Munchie-Chee Little Rascals Richie Rich show. They replaced the Pac-Man segment, which had gone on to have its own half-hour series. There was never a Munchie-Chee movie. Oh, right. And on that TV show, they fought Mumra, right? Mumra? No, that's Thundercats! Munchie-Chees fought the evil Grumplins of Grumplore. Stop it! This is fun! Someone kill me. Someone kill me or someone kill him. I refuse to be used this way.
Back off, Fundy. If you want geek knowledge, get it the way everyone else does. Wikipedia.
Aw, come on. It's only exploitive if I gain something from someone else's suffering. Kinda like in that Dungeons and Dragons movie. You know, the one with Elijah Wood and Jason Statham. What was it called? Army of Darkness. Someone make him stop.
Knock it off!
Or what? I got's an empty nerd hole and only Jason can fill it.
How would you like it if we did the same thing to you?
How? I don't know any geek stuff, and I don't have that made-up syndrome that Jason has.
Sure you do, just not about nerd stuff. We all kind of do when it's something important to us. Here, I'll prove it. Hey, AJ, this reminds me of that Bible passage, Apollonia 23:6. Don't use your friends, so saith the Lord.
There is no book in the Bible called Apollonia. This is more like Tamar and Judah, where Tamar tricks Judah into getting what she wants, which was a baby. Hey!
Neat, I want to try. Oh boy, I sure do love the story where Abraham writes the 10 Commandments and then falls into a kraken's mouth and is then rescued by Noah in his Ark of the Covenant.
It was Moses, God wrote the 10 Commandments, Jonah was swallowed by a giant fish, and Noah didn't know any of them. And that ark that Noah built and the Ark of the Covenant are two different things. Oh geez, I'm doing it, and I can't even control myself. I'm like one of those malfunctioning cowboy robots on the West Wing. Westworld, not West Wing.
See, when we know a lot about something that's important to us, we feel compelled to make sure that when we hear things that are wrong, we correct them. Yeah, if people didn't have that compulsion, there would be no comment sections or forums on the internet.
Fine, Jason, you're off the hook. I guess I'll just have to sink into the internet for my info and fish there. All you have to do is just misquote Jean-Luc Picard in one sci-fi message board, and hundreds of nerds will correct you. Well, which one should I use? Anyone. Hello, my fellow Opinion Villagers. Today is Friday, October 17th, 2014, and it's Alternative Fuel Day, Black Poetry Day, International Day for the Eradication of Poverty, Mulligan Day, National Pasta Day, Mammography Day, Simchat Torah, Wear Something Gaudy Day, and World Student Day. Famous dead people celebrating their birthday today are Rita Hayworth. Oh, Rita. So beautiful. Oh, Irene Ryan. Oh, Irene. Why did we have to be born decades apart? Montgomery Clift, Howard Rollins, and Tom Poston. And now on to the questions. First up, Reasonable Rabbit asks, intimate question for Fundy Monster. Planning ahead, I want to dress up for Halloween as a religious or biblical figure, and I'm not sure which one to choose. What would you recommend a rabbit to wear? And please don't tell me to carry ibuprofen around and be Moses with his 2 tablets. That has already been disqualified. Hey, that was my costume a couple of years ago, and it's a classic. Since you want to ignore the tried and true costume gems and are relying on me to be creative for you, then I would recommend dressing up as Abishag. You know, Abishag, the sexy slave girl that King David had that would warm his bed. Obscure? You bet! You'll be telling everybody who you are all night long, but that's the point. You'll be preaching scripture over and over, and you'll be dressed all sexy. As Secular Scholar asks, intimate question for AJ. When did you get that microchip I implanted in your head removed?
It was never implanted in my head. I think whoever you vendored to implant the chip missed. I'm pretty sure it got implanted into Bob. Have you heard him talk? He probably has a head full of chips.
Me the Me's asks, intimate question for Meet Jason. What's the best and worst parts of making Opinion-Ville? The worst part about making Opinion-Ville is I'm kind of doing it by myself. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done in order to pull off these videos, and pretty much doing everything. So anytime I want to do anything, I have to budget it into the time that I have in order to do it. So sets, props, that falls into writing, so I have to be careful about what I write because I don't want to write myself something too big that I can't pull off. I like having a new episode for you guys every Friday, and so I try to make sure that I give you the best show that I can do in a week, every week. And the best part? You guys. No, seriously, you guys. I know you're used to me being kind of, oddly creepy, but no, seriously, the best part are all the people that I've met doing this. The St. Clair family asks, intimate question for Meet Jason. Have you ever considered your methodology for selecting intimate questions? No. Hey, it's Cindy asks, intimate question for AJ. What happened to Beano and Bezo?
You know, I'm not really sure whatever happened to Bino and Bezo. Last time I saw, Jason was trying to put him back on his feet.
Hey, new section of Intimate Questions, where I answer questions that were left down below for Intimate Questions, but because it made it past the magical 5 number, I'm gonna answer them anyway, but I'm not going to reference who asked them, or even what the questions were. Let's do it! Fundy did know, and he says that there's a loophole. Gammy Yum Yum hates the old country. Oswald smells like chocolate and toothpaste. The wedding ring is tungsten steel with a silver inlay. I'm fine, Paul. It's just a tapeworm. Who are the digital arbiters that everyone keeps talking about? I have no idea what they mean. Anyway, that's it. Remember, if you have a question that you want to ask Intimate Questions, just leave it down below in the comment section. As has been mentioned before, I do have a methodology for picking them, and no one's ever going to find out what that methodology is. So until next time, my rascally Romulans, this has been Jason with a D. Hey dudes and dudettes, it's me, Oswald. I'm gonna shout your name out and my friend Magic Name Frame is gonna help. Right, Name Frame?
That's why I'm here.
Oh, okay.
What?
It's nothing.
You are clearly upset. What is it?
I thought you were here because you like spending time with me.
Well, that too.
Too late! I am deeply upset. Do the shout out since that's all you want to do instead of hanging out with a super awesome and adorably cute monster.
Overlord Manatee.
Nothing personal, but how hard can it be to be an overlord over manatees? They move real slow, and the most dangerous thing about them is, like, their poop.
Arguing from ignorance.
Hey, that's what I do all the time. At least, that's what my teacher says.
SKEPTLITE.
Half the calories of regular skeptics, but with all the surliness and doubt of full flavor skeptics.
God was bored.
He was? Is that when he made, like, the platypus? It's not his best work, and I think he forgot what a mammal was when he made it.
Lou Pliskin.
I'm sorry, Lou, that your brother got the cooler name, Snake, but look at the bright side. Snake gets shot all the time and he gets dangerous missions inside city-sized prisons, and you got to be an accountant.
NASAMON.
That's a Pokemon that keeps getting its budget cut by the government so it can't fund cool missions to Mars.
The IRA assassin.
So you guys So you only kill guys named Ira? Okay, I guess. Pretty specific. Is there a guy who just kills Oswald? Cause I would like to know that.
SKARCEKOHERENCE.
So incoherent that you misspelled scarce and coherence? I'm a little blue monster with a 79 IQ and I know how to spell coherence.
Tony Antonio.
So, I can call you Tony? Please tell me your middle name is Tony.
Chirurgeon Crane.
Jason says that a chirurgeon is an old-timey word for a doctor. So, you are a time-traveling doctor with a scary bird face? Thanks for the nightmares.
Remember, if you subbed and you would like to have a retarded monster and a withering magic picture frame shout your name out, then leave a request down in the comments section.
Okay, we're done. Now you can go back to your real friends and leave me all alone. I know you would like it that way.
Oswald, I love spending time with you. You know that.
Really?
I promise. I look forward to this segment all week.
Yay! You want to go out and have a big life adventure with me after the segment?
Sure, just 2 ground rules. No guns, no fire. I don't want a repeat of the last time we had a big life adventure.
I ain't making any promises. Oh, Trudeau here with even more suggestions for what you could have done instead of watching YouTube. Waylon the Bat says instead of watching Man on Puppet Yowie, I could have read some actual Yowie that may or may not involve furries. Well, why not throw caution to the wind and do both? It would be like eating a banana split and chocolate pie at the same time. Ooh, why not have your Yowie Spank Fest while eating multiple desserts? Record that and post it online and you could make bank. Exterm Central says, instead of watching this, I could be holding an internal debate with the split personalities in my head over if we should just strap Justin Bieber to a rocket and launch him into the sun, or remote detonate a nuke shoved up his ass to rid the world of his idiocy and oh so annoying voice. I love Justin Bieber. Oh, not because he's a great talent or that he's cute or anything. I love the fact that he has united an entire generation of people in mutual hatred. Jacob Lively says, instead of watching this, I could show gay German torture porn to the class of 4-year-olds I help teach. That's called wanting to go to jail for a really long time, Jacob. I implore you, if you get the impulse to corrupt young minds, that you just don't break out the torture of Deutschland, but instead corrupt their minds the old-fashioned way, by telling them that their mommies and daddies don't love them and resent the amount of time and money they've spent on care for them. Then, when they start to cry, dress like a clown and weep in the craft cabinet, only coming out to fight giant mouse dragons that only you see. A few days of that and the kids will be corrupted beyond all hope, and technically, you did nothing illegal.